In this Gran Turismo video, we see the Russian driver just completely stop on the racing line, and we try out some strategies, trying to avoid all this traffic we experience at Grand Valley. Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we're going to be looking at strategy in daily race, see a little bit more. Now, in the weekly race guide, which I'll link at the end of this video, I pitted on lap 2. So I was like, okay, well, maybe if we pit a little bit later, maybe have better tyres, maybe that works out. Or maybe we should have pit earlier, pit on lap 1, as we saw some people do, like Mehdi, and maybe that's the better strategy. Well, let's try them both out, shall we? So heading into this race then, quite a stat lobby this one. Let's go into turn 1, Nath there, very high on the time trial leaderboard. Oh, we've got DJ Olive off there, but Nath up ahead, very high in the time trial leaderboard in the latest time trial. Quite a few drivers from the Middle East there doing very nicely indeed. Nice to see them coming up the leaderboard actually. Nice to see representatives there. It's all good, isn't it, as we head in towards the right-hander. Slowing it down nice. We've got a Viper up ahead. I have heard your cries for the Dodge Viper in terms of beat the meta, but I may be doing the Spa 24 hours this weekend, so beat the meta may not happen this week. We'll see how it goes though. I will of course use it in the future. So Dave goes around the outside of Sasha Racing there. Brilliant stuff. And you can see up ahead, lots of cars very close together. They've got off up ahead in that GTR. And look at this for a clash of cars as we see somebody else off there. That's Matt V off as we get another position. Everybody off. Absolutely everywhere as we then head into that. We've also got a penalty there for Jack Baldwin there. We can just see in the distance. We've got Bonnie in that Ford GT. Now, I can tell you that car will be very quick in a straight line. And probably good here as well in terms of tyre wear, because it was very good on tyre wear, especially compared to that Audi that we saw in the car profile. You haven't watched car profiles yet? Do go check them out. There'll be more coming. One this week, of course, as we go in to the right-hander. And that one is going to be the Corvette. Right, through the right we go. Nate gets a position there. Pulsu drops back a little bit here, and we're sort of stuck in this traffic jam as we continue on out. So one thing to note with the strategy in terms of this race, if you are stuck in this battle and there's a big close group there, obviously you're going to lose time. So this is why we're just talking about the strategy a little bit more this week. So a few people have already got in there. Grove Street Racer, a few others go in there. That's Jack Baldwin and Nath go in there as well. So what's that? 4 people in the pits. We carry on though. We stay behind Pulsu, and we've got Matt V coming up behind us as well in the Porsche. That was the Porsche we did see off in a lap previous on the previous corner. But the traffic is starting to thin out a little bit now as we see Matt V go for that inside line. Beautiful attempt of a move here. Are they going to get it done as we continue on through there? Give me room on exit. Fair play. And we're going to have a bit of a drag race with the Porsche then as we head towards this right-hander in the tunnel. As we go into the braking zone then, we slow the car down and they get the job done. Beautiful move there by the Russian driver as they get that done. Matt V, well played indeed as we go into the left and then continue on into the right. And then, oh, hello, nearly. Right, so what we're going to talk about now then is obviously we're going to stay out for another lap. We're going to go lap 3 this time. We've already done the lap 2-1. We did that in the weekly race guide. Let's do lap number 3 in terms of pitting. You see everybody else going in the pits now. What's that? We're going to go from P9 all the way up to P3. So lots of people pit there as we continue on into the race. And look at this. We come out right in the thick of the action here between Matt V. Oh, goes into Sasha Racing. Oh, I didn't quite get this. She just stopped in the middle of the track, which I get you're waiting for your mate, but go after the corner, then wait for them, because just stopping in the middle of like that just causes carnage as we head into the right there. Oh, Bonnie's just gone a bit deep there in that Ford GT, and we got Pulsu just up ahead. So we didn't lose that much time in the grand scheme of it. We have lost a little bit of time, of course, but we are back in the action with fresher tyres versus Pulsu, who just gets it slightly along there in towards the right. We get a run on Pulsu then as we go through this right-hander slight king there, just enough of width for 2 cars there as we head into the tunnel. Slight look back, look forward. That's why you saw the camera look like it glitched, but that's me pressing the button as we continue on through. Now, is Pulsu going to go for the move? No, going to go for the bump drafting. So thank you very much there, Pulsu, as we continue on then. Let's advance further on. We got Bonnie up ahead, and we're going to make Bonnie disappear. Yes, indeed. Easy as that. I just made a car disappear. I did indeed. Bonnie got so scared about me appearing, they disappeared. Anyway, we advanced towards the end where we didn't really see anybody else, so this is going to be quite a good comparison really. And in terms of our final race time there, 18:46 with that strategy 1. Lap 3 was the pit stop. So we were stuck in traffic a little bit there. A few of the others who pitted earlier obviously got ahead of some of the traffic, also did better race times anyway. So that is where they finished up ahead. So, you know, we finished quite far down. we go into the next lobby. This is actually split 2 in terms of daily race. It's nice to actually see that there's a very strong showing of people racing this week as we continue on. And that's why we're going to look at the race time, because we're starting in a similar position once again. We've got Phil up ahead in the 4GT. We've got Supra behind there in SC77 Fire. Let's see what's going to happen then as we head in towards turn 1. Phil brakes a bit early. I was going to go for it, but decided against it just to avoid a bit of a crash there as we continue on through. We've got an Audi up ahead. We've got an AMG up ahead as well. Lots of cars we're going to be using this year for sure as we go through the left-hander and in towards the braking zone as we go into here. Oh, we got one victim finally. To be fair, it's been quite clean into this corner, which is a big surprise. Usually it's absolute carnage into there, but not this week at all. But what you are seeing here, once again, is we're in this really close cut, real close group here in terms of action. It happened last race, happened in this race as well. A big shout out to Mad Throttle actually behind me, okay? Because they saw I was braking early. Very, very, very good awareness as somebody else has gone there and actually slowed up as well. So shout out to Mad Throttle there. Brilliant driving as we look for a bit of action on Lemon Zest. Then in towards the left-hander we go in that Audi R8. The old school car there as well as we go into the right-hander. Of course, that was our first car profile, which you can check out on the channel, of course. As we continue on through, we gave me plenty of room there. Fair play to Lemon Zest. Why can we get in front? Just. Yeah, it gave me plenty of room there. Arguably a bit too much room there, to be honest. But brilliant driving again from Lemon Zest there as we continue through the right and then into the left. So a very enjoyable race so far. We haven't been slowed down as much, but I would argue that we're still being slowed down a lot. Especially in that midsection, we got slowed down quite a bit, actually. So we really have to slow up with everybody getting very close. So arguably, you know, it swings and roundabouts at the moment in terms of lap 1. But what we're doing on this lap is we're going to be pitted on lap 1. Let's try out this strategy then. So we're going to come in the pits, try and get out of all the traffic here as we go in. We're going to come out the pits, and obviously we're going to be on our own there with a couple of people behind pitting as well, Lemon Zest and Fire. So we're going to go through the right-hander. Anybody up ahead? No, it's status quo for now. We get to the end of lap 2 then, more people pitting then. We've got a couple more in the pits. Are we going to beat them? Yes, we are. There we go. The undercut working well. We advance to the next lap then. We have even more people in the pits. We're going for that undercut again, and we're ahead. So up into P9, which is where we finished last time. Of course, it's a different kind of lobby this as well, so position isn't what we're really focused on here. More so the actual race time as we go into the left-hander then, continuing out. Some action up ahead then with Dino's and Randy Roofer. What a name that is, Randy Roofer, as we go into the left. And Dino's was leading this race when they came in, so they're up ahead now. So we are very close to that lead. Randy Roofer, I think, has pressed the pause button maybe, or they're hitting the brakes. It looks like they've pressed the pause button. Maybe they're acting on their name. I'm not too sure. But anyway, we get past. We carry on. It's all us as much as we advance to lap 7, the end of lap 7 and starting lap number 8. We have somebody coming out just ahead there. One of the medium runners going onto the hard tyres and Twitch Ronnie as we go into here. We're up to P5 at this moment in time. So we are doing very well indeed as we continue on through there, and we are closing in on Twitch Ronnie. But our tyres, that front left tyre, looking a bit low now, and we've still got 2 laps to go. Let's see what can happen then as we go into the left and then the right. So lap time still looking good here as we continue on. Oh, hello, Ronnie's gone off. Okay, we'll take that one. Thank you, Ronnie. Much appreciated. We've got Scotty Senior going in the pits then. So we're going to continue fast forward, and are we going to jump? We are indeed. So we're up into P3. Not too shabby at all. 49s now in terms of lap time. We go to the final lap then, where we watch that tyre just disappear on that front left. There's going to be a struggle towards the end as Ronnie is coming up behind me, and I've got to try and survive Ronnie then as we go into the right-hander. Apologies for that weird change in my voice there, but the fan blew right in my face, which is not the best thing in the world when you're commentating. So Dino's up ahead now, 3 seconds ahead. My tyre wear really showing. I really need to work on tyre saving a little bit more in this Supra, but there will be other cars that can do this very well. I did talk about that Ford GT earlier on that Bonnie was in. You know, that is a good car in terms of tyre wear, better than the Supra. We saw that in the Beat the Meta and also in the car profile, so maybe that works out with a lap 1 pit strategy, but we don't know our overall time yet, and that's what we need to see here. So we're defending then from Ronnie's. We go into the right-hander. This is hard versus basically completely worn mediums on that front left, because that's where the weight of the car is at the moment. I go towards that inside line then to defend from Ronnie. Ronnie goes towards that left-hand side. We're sticking it to the right side then in towards braking zone. We have to brake really early here to avoid going too deep. Ronnie looking around that outside. However, Ronnie's just going to bounce left there. A bit of netcode issue, I think, there from Ronnie. I'm not sure whether they're on Wi-Fi and streaming at the same time. I've no idea, but I can't do anything there. I kept my line as we continue on out. Bit of fast forward towards the line then, where we do get P2 in the end. And it's still a 150 there. And we actually do beat our previous race time by 5 seconds. So arguably, and I'm going to say this now, the earlier pit stop is better. Now, a lap 1 pit obviously gets you out the traffic that bit more, so it's worthwhile. So it may be that a car that you like or is better on tyres is actually more worthwhile going to, although the Supra is going to be very strong here. Doing 1 lap on a worn tyre did work out okay with a 150 lap. That's what you're going to be doing in traffic on the hard tyres. So, you know, it worked out fairly okay there. But something to think about there for you. I'm definitely going to go with the earlier strategy if I do this race anymore this week. The earlier, the better for me to get out of that traffic. So something for you to think about, as I say, and that's the point of this video. Unfortunately, that's the end of this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. But I'm going to head off for now. A big thank you for all the support, as always. And on our journey to 40k, 2 videos to check out there, including the weekly race guide. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.